Good afternoon, meteorologist Sam Gabrielli here. Well, good morning, I should say. Meteorologist Sam Gabrielli with Ben Pine here.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day today. Obviously, we're tracking the threat of severe weather. There's already some flooding concerns, especially in southern Indiana, where there's been some flash floodings just issued. That's just going to get worse because it looks like, as you saw, like north of 64, north of the Ohio River, that range is going to be continuous for much of the day, at least into the mid-afternoon. So could see like 4 to 6 inches of rainfall there. But then the threat, I'd say noon to 4, we're going to be looking at a squall line. Maybe embedded spin-up tornadoes, damaging winds. That's a big issue today as well.
Right, yeah, Ben, I mean, all morning I've been telling people to treat this like a tropical storm. I mean, other than the storms itself, we're going to have wind gusts over 50 miles an hour throughout the day and, 2 to 4 inches of rain. I mean, that's tropical storm status right there.
So when you're talking about winds like that, just sustained throughout the day, also the root balls are just soaked. So it makes the trees topple over easier. We're going to have some scattered power outages most likely through today, and just watch out. Even just driving gets difficult with the winds and the rain.
Yeah, just be smart. Please stay home as best you can today. Just ride this out. Here's what we're kind of talking about. So the bottom line, we're going to have the main severe weather window basically be from about noon today to 4 o'clock. We're watching wind gusts up to 60 to 70 miles an hour. And a couple of tornadoes obviously are not going to be ruled out. Flash flooding will be a huge hazard. Let's get started with this tornado watch, though. It's already been posted. This is for Grayson, the Meade County area, and then again towards Breckenridge counties. This actually goes until 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock central for those of you that live in our southwestern communities. So again, the main risks, of course, with a lot of these storms will be a couple of tornadoes. So the Storm Prediction Center has already noticed that conditions will be favorable for a few tornadoes to develop. And as we're recording this just before 9 a.m., there's actually a new flash flood warning posted, this one going for much of metro Louisville and southern areas of Indiana. This actually goes until just shy of noon today. We've already picked up Doppler radar estimating between 1.5 inches to about 3 inches of rain has already fallen, and we already have more on the way. You can see there's several flood watches still posted. Those go until about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we are talking about a lot of rainfall going on throughout the daytime hours today. And without these thunderstorms, there's a high wind warning in effect. That already began at 7 a.m. this morning. It goes until this evening. So wind gusts throughout the day, other than the thunderstorms themselves, will be ranging well over 50 miles an hour. The worst of the wind will be more into the mid-afternoon today. That will be enough to bring widespread power outages in some areas, and tree branches will be knocked out over in trees in general. So it's just best to stay home, ride this out. Here's how things are going to be going on Futurecast today. We'll notice the showers and storms going through the mid-morning today, the remnants of all the early morning showers and storms continuing through the mid-morning. We'll see a brief break in the activity around noon here in Louisville, but guess what? Off to the southwest, there's that line we're watching for the tornadoes. There's enough spin in the atmosphere as that low pressure will be right along the Ohio River, and we'll get those storms popping up along the cold front boundary, and these storms are going to be responsible for some tornadoes, some times of wind gusts up to about 60 to 70 miles an hour, and some flash flooding. So again, we have kind of round 2, if you will, of these thunderstorms set to take over from noon to 4 o'clock today. The good news is the front will pass through mid to late afternoon. It will deal with a lot quieter conditions at that time. But again, here's the weather threats a little bit closer. Damaging wind gusts, heavy rainfall, and a couple of tornadoes are looking to be likely today. So please know your safe place. Please seek shelter immediately when a tornado warning is given for your area. And the nice thing is, after we deal with today's showers and storms, we'll quiet down this weekend. The weekend overall, really nice. A lot lighter wind. Sunday, a high of 63. We'll reach a high of 58 on Saturday and getting back into the 70s on Monday. So once again, we are going to be working around the clock here at WHAS11 First Alert StormTeam. We have Ben here to my left, and Christina's in. Alden will be in a little bit later. We'll be giving you further updates all day long. Please download the WHAS11 app on your phone and stick around. We'll be keeping you safe throughout the evolution of this storm system.